Good morning. So nice to see you on yet another beautiful day here in the Tennessee Valley. If you've been watching the show during the week, you realize we're kind of focusing on your home this week, bringing you a home improvement week, encompassing all different forms of what that might mean for you and your family. But at the root of it all is the idea that your home is your biggest investment. So that ushers us into a conversation this morning with Mark Hite, who is here with the Mark Hite team, not talking so much about how to improve your home, but how you can step in to improve someone's home with your guaranteed offer.
You know, Julie, this is the perfect segue today because, you know, for most Americans, our home is our biggest asset.
Yeah.
And the guaranteed offer program that we started a couple of years ago, and we've been talking about pretty consistently, appeals to a cross section of our community. And so I thought today, you know, with the guaranteed offer, it's as is. I take it with any problems it has. And I thought today we'd just show a few examples of homes that we had bought first, and they're kind of before and afters, kind of a makeover.
Yeah, we had a chance, I think, to do that with you one day when you were on location, if you will, somewhere, and it was fun to see your vision. So my goodness, look at the transformation there. You
know, this was long-term owners, this was a long-term owner, homes that we came in, not that they were bad houses, but deferred maintenance or outdated, needing some love across the board, and in many cases, Julie, houses that would otherwise not traditionally have come to the marketplace, but I was able to buy them, let the folks get some good equity out of the home, and then in turn turn it into a new home for a new family to make some new memories.
Here's something that I love about this, though, is that at the beginning of each of these homes, you hope anyway, the person who's selling it to you has their own happy memories in it. You love your house and you want to see it go to somebody who's going to also love it. Right. So for you to take it and then turn it into something even more beautiful is a great thing.
Some of the happiest moments are when I buy homes and they say, well, I want to see it when you get done with it. Because I bought a home in East Ridge, and it was a home the gentleman had grown up in. It was his parents' home. And his parents had been deceased for 7 years, but had just emotionally not been ready to turn loose. And then you take this home, and it had, you know, deferred maintenance, obviously, it's set for 7 years. But then when you get it on the other side, and a new family, new husband and wife, buying the home to be their, you know, ideally forever home, or where they're going to raise their children, it's a very rewarding and piece to show them.
So you were telling me a story because all of a sudden now people are kind of in the moment getting excited about this guaranteed offer. You're getting a lot of people calling you, but you were telling me a touching story of what that equity did for somebody. You
know, the guaranteed offer appeals to a cross section of our community. One in particular, week before last, she called, a single mother, called me on the 22nd, no, she called me on the 12th of August. She was going to be foreclosed on the 22nd, 10 days. And, you know, it had just a series, I mean, hardworking lady, but it had just a series of misfortunes.
Yeah.
And she was about to lose her house. And so we looked at the house with deferred maintenance. You know, it had some issues, but it also had opportunities. So Julie pulled the title search that afternoon, working with a local title company. My line of credit right here locally was Simply Bank. Got us ready the next day. We closed in 7 days. And she walked out with the ability to restart her life with $98,000 in equity.
And if she had not known that you did this, if you weren't pushing it all the time, it takes a long time for folks to get the message, she would have lost everything.
She would have lost her home and $98,000 that she could restart her life.
Okay, so that's one example. Is it also beneficial for people maybe whose parents have passed away and they live out of state or anything?
This weekend, we had 4, Monday, sign up. One of them was an 84-year-old lady, been in her home for 30 years. 3-level house, Julie.
Oh, heavens.
And big yard, and she was moving to Alabama to live adjacent to her son. And so she's like, I don't want anybody in my house. I don't want to do anything to my house. It was a good house, lots of wallpaper, you know, more cosmetic work. But we're going to close on the 27th, in 2 weeks, allow her just to close the door on this chapter of her life and move on. A couple I met the other day, though, was a couple that it was their second marriage. This was his house. They had blended family. And so now then we've got a whole bunch of people and stuff in a house that was not their house.
So I'm going to segue us in. We have a couple of minutes left. When you're then doing this work, I know you push this local mark. You also want people to know that it's a fair offer you're giving them.
Yeah, so the way I work versus some of the other folks making guaranteed offers in town is I come to your home myself. I look at the roof. The house that with the couple is like, that roof's about done. He's like, yes, sir, it is. And so I take all that into account up front. So the offer I make you at the kitchen table is I'm not going to do a home inspection and come back and beat you up in 7 days saying, oh, I need $42,000 off the price. I give you the number up front. I helped an 82-year-old. I was at her home on Friday. She needs to move to assisted living in 2 weeks. Again, another 3-story house. So we looked at what, if she had time and wanted to sell the house in the open market, what she needed to do, what she could net, and then what I could give her. She took it on the spot. You're
mentioning short turnaround times. If someone is not in that big of a rush, but they still want to do it, can they go through the process but have a little bit longer to move out?
When we signed up Saturday was a couple, 78 and 79. They're moving into their daughter's home. We're going to close November 15th.
Okay.
So that gave them the time to do the estate sale, to pick what they wanted. The daughter was putting in chair lifts so that she, they could accommodate her home. We worked on their time frame. So I can do fast or I can do slow. It's whatever's best for the person.
And about 30 seconds, the benefit to the whole market is that then these homes are reemerging onto the market, which is beginning to balance out, and the new buyers have got a great piece of property.
Where they just move in and unpack.
All right, good to see you.
Likewise.
Here's how you can get in touch with Mark Hite and his team. Their phone number at the office is 265-0088. Also, this number is 667-9385. If you go to markhitehomes.com, you can find out more there and follow them on Facebook because he's always talking about the newest and latest things they're doing on that social media page. Great to see you.
Likewise.